Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, how embarrassing. I didn't think I was recording there. That is. Do you know, way before I had this YouTube channel, I had a dream. A little flame that started when I was a little kid this high, listening to Queen and Bowie and Cream and the Kinks. And it burned brightly as a raucous teenager, jamming with his mates on crap guitars in school. And even when the realities of adulthood and all the fear and insecurity that comes with it hit me full on, that flame stayed lit. Sorry, I'll stop that. But I am kind of still being serious though, so listen up. My dream was to make music for a living. More specifically, albums. I wanted to make my albums. So that's what I tried to do. Aged 18, I started to write songs, form musical ideas, and record them in the back of my mum's house. Very poorly at first, and then I'd re-record them slightly less poorly. And after about 6 years of fiddling about, I had all to show for it. No, I didn't. I did have a collection of songs that I thought were decent. They were tuneful, they were charming and dreamy was the vibe I was trying to go for. But despite that, I could never seem to make them sound any good. I realised it was because, despite doing music tech for A-level, I didn't really have a clue how to record things properly or apply creative production techniques that would make it sound cool or fresh to the ear. And whenever I got a professional to do it for me, it never quite sounded right. I seem to have lost a bit of my vision. It's called being a perfectionist. It's both a burden and a blessing. I could have learned how to do all the tech stuff, but it didn't really interest me. And getting pissed and stoned with my mates and kicking a football around for hours on the croft and hitchhiking around Europe always seemed like a better idea than going to all that trouble and potentially no one liking the songs anyway. Have fun with my mates and keep my childhood dream alive, or don't have fun with my mates, miss out on it and potentially watch it die. Ugh, tough one. So I had a lot of fun for a while until it wasn't fun anymore, which was basically when the pain of wasting my potential overpowered the urge to have fun. And you're not going to believe this, but that was around the time that things started happening for me in my life. I got into running, I got my first proper girlfriend, started a promising YouTube channel, which admittedly did come directly from probably the most procrastinating exercise of the lot, GeoGuessr. And it was also around this time that I met a fellow black country musician who happened to share my taste in music, but was also good with the techie side of things. I joined his band first for a couple of years, Kinds of Light, and we played various alternative and psychedelic nights in and around Birmingham, getting paid roughly 1.5 cans of Red Stripe per gig. But all the while, my songs had just sort of sat there, mostly unheard by anyone for years, until one day, Liam turned round and said, "I'm a bit fed up of playing my songs, mate. Why don't we record your album?" And I said, "All right, sounds good, let's do it." 5 years later, here it is. Pleasant Pudding by Flopsy's Dream. 7 dreamy pop songs, bedroom pop songs I would describe it as, with a nostalgic sheen, a slightly 70s, somewhat proggy at times vibe. But there's flashes, I mean, there's bit of vaporwave in there at one point. There's flashes of many influences in there, from Fleet Foxes with the harmonies, to Tame Impala with some of the synths.
I was told to stay here.
From Wishbone Ash to Ween. There's a lot of influences in there. I couldn't really pigeonhole it in one particular genre, but I don't care. The main thing is that we've finally, done the songs reasonable justice, and that's all you can hope for. Unless you've got Kevin Parker literally producing it for you, that's all I could have hoped for. All songs written by myself between the years of 2008 and 2014, I would say. So a long time ago. Some of the parts were composed more recently in the production process. Everything was played by myself, apart from the drums, which we got a session guy in the end to do. Me and Liam produced it together. We sat next to each other, meeting up every Friday. COVID did mess things up a bit. It was a huge learning curve for both of us, to be honest. And then we mixed it together too, and then we sent it off to New York to get mastered. I've got to stress, I could not have done it without Liam. Like, this album would not exist if it weren't for Liam, because he believed in the songs. He loved the songs from day one, and he was willing to invest his own time, because he's such a nice chap as well, but he was willing to invest his time and energy and passion into this album, this project, and not necessarily expect anything in return. And he understood the vision. He knew what I was trying to achieve. So yeah, this is it. This is my baby, really. Well, apart from my real baby, she's pretty important. But it feels great to finally fulfill my dream of releasing an album. Even if, well, firstly, I have already released one, haven't I? Which I'm also very proud of. But that was 16-bit electronic music. I mean songs with instruments and singing. But I was going to say, even if, granted, it's not quite the same, because I already have a large fan base to reveal it to, who are already excited to listen to it. But, that doesn't mean the feedback will be any good. I haven't got a clue how people are going to react to it. I've never been so curious about anything, because frankly I've heard it that many times now that I haven't got a clue if it's good or just a pile of shit. So go easy on me, but also do give me your honest thoughts. How do you listen to it? I should probably mention that, shouldn't I? So for the time being, guys, just a month or so, it's only going to be available on Bandcamp for the measly sum of £5. Now, if you don't want to pay that, that's fine. There are little previews, so you can listen to sort of a 30-second snippet of the track, but you can also pre-order yourselves a lovely vinyl. Yep, this album is coming out next month on vinyl, getting 1,000 copies printed this month. That will be available on my website on the 27th of June via Cargo Independent Distribution, previously Cargo Records. But as you can see, they're already on the Cargo website now for the, again, quite reasonable price of £22. So pre-order it, get your name down using the link in the description, because they might sell out, I don't know. Don't want to buy anything, that's fine. You'll just have to wait 4 more weeks till the 1st of June, when it's going to be released on every single platform you can imagine for free. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, blah, 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 the list goes on. So by all means wait for that, but yeah, if you really can't wait and you really love the sound of the previews, please buy it on Bandcamp, and we can help reimburse Liam for all the time and effort that he's put in over the past 5 years. And myself, to be fair.
And that's all there is to say, guys. Check the links in the description and enjoy the music. Thanks for listening.